good evening, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of ICE Rocket League. Here tonight, we have got a double header for you. We have got, first of all, Queen's University Belfast Maroon against the NCI Panthers, and then second, we have got Waterford against UCD, I believe. I am Ejam, and joining me tonight is Morno. Morno, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. It's a double, like you said, it was a double header this evening. And if you're excited about this first one, you've got to be more excited about the second one, haven't you? WIT A team versus UCD A team. But we're definitely going to get some good performances out of both matches we have ready for you this evening.
Indeed, I think this Queen's Maroon team that we have got right here, week 1 they lost to UCDA in the overall series, but that second game when they won in overtime was absolutely spectacular. To think that these players are only the second team in their college and they were able to take down the first team of college such as UCD. They won their series last week, but this NCI team, they're still looking for their first win of this split, and they have a very hard set of players to do it against tonight. Would you like to introduce the teams for us? Why not?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. For Queen's Maroon this evening, we've got Day, we've got Fangles, and Mr. Sauce coming together to play as a unit very well. And NCI Panthers have Unknown, Way Too Speedy, and Beef playing this evening.
Yeah, that Fangles player, anyone who was watching the stream last week, he had the series of his life. He played absolutely spectacular. But so, the rest of a solid team behind him as well. Sauce and they both really defensive. But I think what was missing with this Queen's team was the first week Fangles was just sitting in line the whole time. And then last week you saw him actually play in the opposition's half and he was scoring some unbelievable shots. For those of you who might not know what I'm talking about, ICE, we have a YouTube channel where we actually upload the highlights from each week onto it across the 5 games that we do. If you would like to just watch them, just look up Irish Collegiate Esports on YouTube and you will see the week 1 and week 2 highlights where you will actually see this Queen teams in the 2 of them. But you know what? I think let's forget about the past and let's look forward to what we have now today.
Oh, definitely. We have a very exciting evening prepared for everybody watching now tonight. What a head show this is going to be. It's going to be hard for these two teams to try and these two sets of teams to be trying to one up each other, really. Because what can you say about like QUB, who have been the ultimate underdogs, really? Like you've been thinking they've been way in over their heads, but they really just haven't.
Well, you know what? As game 1 gets under the way, the first of hopefully 5 in this series, we will see what happens. But right now, straight away, actually, surprisingly, it's NCI that's on the attack. An Unknown going up for the aerial here. Sauce, he's able to collect it. And you know what? I think this is a fair representation of all tournament games. The first 1 or 2 minutes of the first game each evening, it's a little sloppy.
Yeah, there's always that little bit of back and forth, and there's a quick one from Unknown.
Back and forth, you're absolutely right. Sauce just sort of right past him, to be honest. It was unlucky that landed there, but Unknown able to get the perfect placement. I think, Sauce, he'll be a bit upset with that clear not going his way, but look, they came down against UCD. I'm sure right now they're not going to be worried about one, but how about that from Fangles? Oh my word. There's something about... I just noticed his silver border. And last week he was rocking the bronze border. This week he's rocking the silver border. I wonder if he's going to just bring it up a rank each time. But for those who don't know, Fangles loves to put it in the top corner.
Well, I was going to start talking about how the games always tend to start off slow with a little back and forth and the teams eyeing each other up a little bit, but it's not what we've been getting this evening so far.
Yeah, it's almost a rule 1 there. Not quite. I wonder what the players have actually stuck to that. But right now, it just seems to be Queens actually seems to be playing a bit more aggressive. It's not exactly working out for them perfectly, as it's 1-1 as the ball goes across the goal, but Unknown unable to collect out off the corner, able to collect Speedy lands the half flip but misses the ball. And now Beef with a save. Mr. Sauce is up in the air, puts it to the left. He saw that there was 3 defenders back. Now, a bit of a reset chance here, but Fangles, he's knocking it forward again, and looks like Unknown. Yeah, he gets the big boomer clear. This might be dangerous. Comes in off the backboard, cleared away convincingly, and now it looks like another high ball in front of goal. Who has the boost to go for it? Beef leads it late with only 23 boost, but now Speedy hits it off the ground, and Mr. Sauce with a big clear, and it looks like it's just going to reset.
It's been stressful so far because with 2 such early goals, like what does that say about like the way that they've been playing defensively already? But they've been there to cover each other. The resets they've been efficient, but QUB are trying to keep them on the pressure, and they're trying to get those early clearances and not let them recollect, and they want to go for quick counters. But it's been a quiet one now since. Funny enough, you wouldn't think it's a quiet one now after 2 goals being scored so quickly, but really is just back and forth and testing the waters again.
Exactly, because, you know, we like to see them big risky plays where teams just take big risks at the start of the game, but all of a sudden you can often find yourself in the positions where you're 2-3 goals down with 2 minutes played. So both teams taking it easy now, just over halfway in this game left. Day's going to clear it out here, looking for Fangles. We know what he can do from this angle, unable to find it. A demo coming through on Day, actually, something we haven't seen yet this game. Right now, I think both teams, you know, they're just trying to figure each other out a little bit. Of course, every week you're up against new opposition. You don't really, you know, not every game they have access to, so you're not exactly sure what you're up for the whole time. But what a great pass down by Beef, and Unknown
goal
finish. Beef just loves, oh man, Caster's curse is real. He controls himself perfectly in the air and just knocks it down to Unknown perfectly. And if NCI, you know, they're still looking for their first series win, this, you know, with plays like that, you'd be feeling confident. But this Queens team, we've seen them come from the 6-1 defeat to win the next game, so who knows what will happen now.
Exactly, that's what you never know what's gonna happen. What beautiful team play that was as well. What control in the air in order to knock it down. That's the type of like beautiful thing you'd see when people are talking about football, but like cheeky 1-2s and tap-ins when the goalkeeper's been left completely stranded. But with this team, with both of these teams here, neither of them want to lose any kind of momentum that they've gotten so far.
But now Fangles is up, looking for a double tap. Speedy up nice and quick. Day's going to collect there, hits it off the post. Sauce just out of range, but it still might sneak in. Unknown's up awkwardly off the post. Quick recovery from Speedy there. And oh my word, I am really struggling not to say speedy recovery from Speedy.
So it's bound to happen eventually. A big demo on the Sauce by Unknown there. Gonna have to buff that one out.
Oh. Bit of confusion there, but Fangles, he keeps his ground, able to collect. We saw what Fangles was able to do with his passes last week. I wonder now, are we going to see week 1 or week 2 Fangles, where he either sits ultra defensive and is that rock, or he actually goes to make the creative play. But the goal is left open, and Speedy straight away capitalizing it. Very quick reactions there. Day just wasn't able to exactly find the perfect clearance again. Unfortunate from him. But Speedy able to capitalize, and now with a minute left, under a minute left in this game, NCI seem in a position to take game 1.
Yeah, definitely by the looks of it so far. But see, if you're in NCI's position at the minute, you don't want to leave anything to chance. Like you said, they're looking for their first series win, and even if they do get this game, they can't ease up. They got to keep their foot on the gas. They're not going to be able to let Queens breathe, because we've seen that when Queens are given space, they can do incredible things with it.
And that's awkward, but Day with a brilliant recovery there, driving towards his own net, clearing it out like that. Fangles goes for the flick, but Beef now hits it up, and right now, if you're NCI, you just want to play defense. The seconds are ticking with Fangles. He knocks it up to himself, takes another touch. Speedy's up in the air, manages to collect it before it hits that backward, and right now, Beef playing it into the corner. You think it's all but over from NCI. And right now, 2 seconds left. It will take a miracle. Unable to find that last goal. And game 1 goes to the NCI Panthers.
They're looking confident, aren't they? They have a confidence about them this evening that they've been lacking, unfortunately. But now that, like I said, they can't ease off. They have to keep the pressure going if they want to get their first series win tonight.
Exactly. They want to be thinking about it. You know, going 0-3 can have a bit of a negative impact, but you know, you need to also think about they were playing the Trinity Ducks in week one, who are a very good team. In week two, they were playing UCD Leviathans, who also beat this Queens team. So right now, you know, it's hard to tell what will happen with this game because, of course, when you're coming up against hard opponents in week one and two, that could actually set you up quite nicely because you know that the opposition will constantly be getting not easier, but let's say not as intense as it would otherwise if you were just constantly going from high level teams to slightly lower MMR teams.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying there as well, but there's also the whole point of the fact that Queens managed to get that win against UCD. That when you're really like back it up into a corner, that's when your real class shows, and that's when certain types of players can stand out amongst the others and do incredible things under pressure.
And speaking of players who can perform under pressure, folks, the legendary JO will be performing for you tonight. I think we were there the first week when we saw UCD take on this Queens team. And you know, plenty of talent to come, but you know, you need to remember that this Queens team beat them in a game. You
Yeah,
know, and
that did happen.
you can't take that away from them. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, champion players should easily beat gold, diamond, whatever players. But in a tournament setting, when the nerves are hitting you, you know, you're representing your college here, which is a big thing for some of these players, you know. I personally took a lot of pride in representing my college, and I'm sure these players do as well. It's not just like any sort of friendly rank game. This is a tournament game where you're not playing with your mates. You're playing with people from your college, and you know you're fighting to eventually perhaps get into those European spots to compete against the other best teams in Europe.
Yeah, that is something that a lot of players do have to carry, that kind of the pressure of that on their shoulders as well. But the best kinds of players, they let that go for however long the series lasts, because the most important thing is the now, the right here and the right now. Because that's if you're not focused on that, you're not going to play as effectively as you know you can.
Right now, Queens is under a whole lot of pressure as Fangles misses it off the backboard, and Beef able to capitalize it once again. Right place, right time. Speedy with a great pass takes the defender out. Fangles unlucky to hit that, and Sauce just unable to react in time. And this Panthers team is probably feeling quite good now, knowing that if they play defensive, if they did what they did the first game, stick solid in defense, they could potentially go 2-0 up in this series. And then all of a sudden the mind games start to play for Queens. Because how can you win 3 games in a row?
Exactly, that's the problem as well when you get under so much pressure. And oh, big save by Fangles. I thought that was creeping in the bottom corner there.
And those are the saves that can mean so much, but those are the misses. But oh, Sauce,
Ooh.
ever so quick to get back. And now Fangles is able to collect, but Beef hitting it up, Sauce hitting it down. You know, I think something, you know, maybe it's just a day in hand, but oh my word. I'm not even sure if he meant that. It looked like initially Beef just missed this shot, but he just kept his composure. He just tilted his car backwards there to ensure that the ball went down. And just off the backboard, out of nothing really, NCR 2-0 up.
There was a poor positioning as well on the QB half there. No, only one person really getting back, and being forced to use your boost in order to get back into a defensive position before any of the aerials have even started. But fair play to the positioning right there at Beef as well, and just to let gravity do most of the work for you, just to get that cheeky little touch to keep it in underneath the bottom, underneath the crossbar.
Fangles with an uncharacteristic miss here, but Sauce has a chance to shoot it, and he goes again. They may be able to collect. Awkward position to clear, but now Fangles should be able to collect this, and I think the pace of Queens is hurting them, because we saw them play with so much pace, and we saw them play against so much pace, but this game, it just seems to be a little slow than what we're used to seeing, but the counter-attacking from NCI to get their goals and to quickly capitalize off mistakes. They're playing patiently, and they're taking shots like that, waiting for Queens to make a touch. They're sort of hanging back a little, because we know what they can do off the backboard. They've already scored 3 goals with it this series. And right now, you know, what's the harm in just sticking to that? Because Queens right now just don't seem to have an answer for breaking down this team that are sitting very deep in their own half.
They had two opportunities there, like decent efforts on goal, and there was just no offensive positioning. And unfortunately, they get themselves stuck in a sticky situation there, needing help to come get him out of it. But like I said, when you're QUB and you've had those chances and you just haven't capitalized on them, and then you're 2-0 down with a minute 10 to go, you have to be kicking yourself, don't you?
You do, yeah. It's a bit unfortunate, really, but I think it's just everything just seems to be a little awkward for them at the moment. As Beef goes for the double tap, unable to keep it to the left side of the post. But right now, if you're Queens, they're sort of in a position where in a minute's time you could be down 2-0 in this series. And this NCI team, who have yet to win a game, is actually playing quite well. You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when it comes to like any day, you know, anyone can get lucky or whatever. But at this minute, there is a gulping class between the two teams. And NCI are playing very well, and there's a shot by Speedy. Just to confirm what we've been saying, there is a gulping class today where it almost feels like NCI are playing around. Look, no one there in the defense at all. For that one, Speedy almost like he's just practicing his aerials alone in a custom game at the minute.
At least he's able to hit aerials and like me, but
Oh,
for
to be
now,
fair.
for now, it's looking a bit messy for Queens. You know, we know they have the talent. But
Yeah, we
they're
know they do.
struggling to capitalize, or you know what? Maybe it's a case of NCI just got unlucky to draw the best two teams in the group, and now they're finally showing their class as the third best team. You know, anything can happen. It's week 3 in the tournament. We still have another 4 weeks to go. So these teams are still basically figuring each other out, but with 1 second left, that's it. That's game. And poor Queens, they're unable to find any clear shot opportunities. I think they need to really take risks these games, because this third game, because the way they've been playing hasn't been working for it. You're 2-0 down in the series. It's a best of 5. You don't want to play safe again, because the issue right now, the same issue they had in week 1, is getting shots on goal.
Definitely, yeah. It's a game of statistics as well. Like one save from each of the NCI boys there was enough to completely shut out Queens in that previous game there.
So prior to this series, Queen's University Belfast had a 50% win rate. They were 4-4 across their 2 series. And this NCI Panthers team, they were 1-7, I believe.
Goodness me.
So, you know, NCI, they've already got twice their wins this series as they had in the first 2 weeks. So this is a new position to them. But right now, Fangles, that's what you like to see. Going for it. Sauce with the shot, but Speedy able to make that save. But now he's hitting it up high. Beef able to collect. And right now, that was actually a great demo. Allows Fangles to get clean through. And this Queens team is looking more aggressive. It's what we want to see. Let's just hope it's not too late for them.
Just we have to go back to that spectacular save by Speedies where NCI have really come in and they're covering each other. When they make mistakes, they're there to back each other up. What a defensive unit it's turned out to be. And when you make saves like that, you start to wonder if there's ever going to be another chance to score a goal as easy as that.
It's hard to compare this game to real world soccer, but it just seems that NCI right now are playing good defensive counter-attack Rocket League.
This is Rocket League.
this is Rocket League. Who knows, we maybe might see a moment like that, but the shot there, Sauce able to collect, but straight away there's an NCI player ready to pounce. And you know, the way that these Queens players are moving forward, they don't want to be caught in defense. They trying to give it to Sauce, bit of a miscommunication there, but they still has it. It's in the box here. This might be awkward, but Speedy able to get there in time, and now Fangles is left to clear. That's a little dodgy, but they look like Sauce is going to hit that. You can understand the confusion. Boost was stolen from him there. That puts him in a little issue. And now Beef, we know what he can do from areas. He hits it down off the post. That would have been an unbelievable play from Beef if that went in. But right now, you know, this game, it's so even. It's a lot closer than what we saw in the first 2 games. And right now, you know, you need to remember that NCI, they could go 3-0 here, and that has to be playing on Queen's mind. Losing 3-0 in a series is a horrible feeling.
Yeah, well, like we've seen a lot more of a 50-50. It's a lot more of a tug of war this game, but like you do know when even when under enough pressure, coal can turn to diamond, and that's the type of play we need to see from Queens as well. We need to see them thrive under that kind of pressure because, I guess, like you said, they are worried. They're worried about the game in numbers, losing 3-0 in a series where they've ultimately be doing much better than NCI have this season.
Yeah, so far they're 1-1, NCI 0-2. Of course, it's still, you think it's very early on, but you also need to remember Beef with an unbelievable aerial with a good
That
save
that
by
was
Fangles, but
amazing to watch.
Day another great save, and the pressure is really starting to build up. How much boost have these Queens players got left in the tank as Fangles now over to Sauce? Great team play off the crossbar. Fangles unable to finish it, and NCI they're going to be happy that didn't find the back of the net, but they driving backwards, that's always an awkward position to be in, and Fangles able to clear. But right now, if you're Queens, every one of these misses gets more and more frustrating, especially when you're 2-0 down. But now Sauce with an opportunity, the demo coming through, Day isn't there to collect, and that touch could have gone
Whoa.
anywhere, really. When it comes off the top of your car like that, you don't know where it's going to go. Speedy, great pass off the crossbar. Oh no, hits it down straight
What a
into Beef.
save!
Oh my god. Fangles with a
Angle.
great save. That would have been a quick 1-2-3. But now, how quickly can they get out? This pressure is starting to build. The heart's starting to race. Speedy, another great touchdown, but no one there to collect. And Beef right now, the way he's been able to drop the ball in front of net must be terrifying to deal with if you're defending for Queens.
Especially like when you don't know how to change that camera. If you've got the follow the ball camera, when the ball goes over you like that,
Yeah.
right in front of your own net, you don't know what's coming from that. And he saw it's really nerve wracking. I can only imagine.
Indeed, and Speedy with the shot doesn't go in. And right now you're feeling that the next goal in this game should win it. I don't think we'll have two more goals in regulation time, but Queens right now, they're definitely feeling the pressure. But if they can just maybe make it to overtime, have that little mental reset, they might be able to survive. The onslaught has the shot. Ooh, let off there. Fangles now. We know he can do something special. Can he get the second touch here? Can he get it into the box? No, he's unable to, but he actually gets it out. Days up quickly, unable to hit it into the goal. And it looks like we might get the first overtime of the series.
And this is where we can either see some really good Rocket League or some really nervy Rocket League.
Maybe a bit of both. Maybe they'll produce something unbelievable under pressure. As Fangles unable to find the top corner, Sauce unable to get it in goal, and that's a good use of hitting the ball off top of your car. Speedy beats the defender, beats Fangles off the post. How many times has the post saved Queens this game? But right now, God.
I'm almost disappointed. What a beautiful aerial dribble that was, and just to see it hit the post. And we think about the replications of this game now. That QUB, this could be their lifeline back into this series, or NCI, this could right now solidify their first series win and potentially a turnaround in the season they've been having so far. Exactly. Nobody wants to let this go.
After next week, we will. Oh, didn't own goal. That's an own goal. I think this was an own goal. Where does Beef get the second touch, or does it come off the defender? Oh no, Beef squeezing it in between two.
What a touch!
NCI able to get this series 3-0. That is unbelievable. And in fairness, the Panthers, they just completely outplayed Maroon. I mean, I don't know what to say. It was just so sudden, that last game. Look at the shot difference. 11 shots from the Panthers. And that's it, really. That's, if you're Queens Maroon, you must be feeling a bit disappointed getting 3-0'd. Especially considering they even took a game off that UCD team.
Yeah, you think that this might be a turning point. This could be a very big turning point in the season that NCI Panthers are going to be having, with 11 shots, but only 5 of them there being saved. Like the dribbling and the aerial dribbling with the precision of like brain surgery. That last goal went in, and it's been spectacular to watch. But how many of them have hit the post or just narrowly gone wide there?
I think something that's funny as well is look at the score of both teams. I'm not sure if you can see it, but every player got in between 200 and 300 points. That's how equal all of these players were playing in that game three. It was extremely close, extremely tight. But of course, congratulations to the NCI Panthers. They now go 1-2 in the standings, where they will be joined with that Queen's Belfast team, who are also 1-2 in the standings. Morno, I know this is a little unfair to ask you, but your player of the series?
Ooh, that is a really tough one. Like again, Fangles has played so well, and the team play that him and Sauce have had on the offense has been just a joy to watch. But then Speedy has just been incredible. Like just the aerial dribbles that he's been pulling off or whatever have been a delight. And every time they come in, I feel like a child watching football again. Just the actual, you get that little buzz of excitement when he manages to pull off, like the way he spins in the air and the touches just off the front and back of the car to narrowly get the ball past two different players at once. It's just an absolute joy to watch.
It was, and I think Beef as well, he would have personally been my player of the series. The way he was able to drop that ball down right in front of his teammates to pick up those easy tap-ins in game 1 or 2, just the control he had was absolutely spectacular. But folks, that is it for the first series of the day. We are going to have a break. We will be back later to bring you one more game today, and that will be between the Waterford Institute of Technology Vikings against University College Dublin Leviathans A, where we will get to see JO in actions. Folks, we hope you enjoyed the first series of today. We will see you very soon.
I feel out of place. The roads aren't the same like they were when you were the one driving my car, and now I just count the waves of our yesterdays as I go on the 101 highway, and it's taking me back to the start. We lost everything. We lost everything, but you'll always stay close to my heart. We lost everything. We lost everything, but you'll always stay close to my heart.
Trip into dusk, we fall. We've never been here before. Reminiscing, is there something different? Getting caught in the race, oh no. Any minute we'll fall in space. Looking back in a retrograde, and the mirrors of smoke will fade. 'Cause you're pulling me close. Cause you're pulling me close again. Pulling me close again. Cause you're pulling me close. Pulling me close again. Pulling me close again. Step forth, trip into dusk, we fall. We've never been here before. Reminiscing, is there something different? Getting caught in the race, oh no. Any minute we'll fall in space. Looking back in a retrograde, and the mirrors of smoke will fade. 'Cause you're pulling me close again.
Your first line is, my name is Claude, so just repeat after me. Je m'appelle Claude.
Je te coupe là.
Let's try it again. Je m'appelle Claude.
Je te clean blue.
Gotta smile it out. I've never been a sweet time, hardly even smooth when it comes down to a cute girl in my room. I'm not even that young, can't blame it on the booze, cause whenever there's a cute girl, my brain hits the snooze.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Earlier on, we saw the NCI Panthers beat Queens Maroon 3-0 in what was a very dominant performance. But right now, folks, this game that we have here, let me tell you, it will be special. Solo up against J.O. It is going to be an absolute cracker. We have got the Waterford IT Vikings A team against UCD Leviathan's A's as well. The standard in this lobby is extremely high, and I feel like whoever is going to win this series may potentially take the group.
This is the one to watch. If you tune into one series, to one match this season, this has got to be the one.
I mean, I don't know what to expect right now. A trio will be absolutely devastating for whatever team is on the receiving end of this. I honestly do not know what way it's going to go. This Waterford team has dumpstered on everyone so far. Other than that one game, the Leviathans dropped to Queens Maroon. They absolutely smashed them in the other games. They won 3-0 last week as well. Losing is an unusual concept to these teams. They're not used to losing. They want to take it the whole way. These two, as long with perhaps the NUIG A team, you know, this is, in my opinion, arguably our top teams playing each other at the moment. I really think these two teams, from what we've seen so far, will potentially tie or will go 1 and 2. But right now, as what I've seen so far, I feel like one of these teams will go 7-0 and the other team will go 6-1, because just the pure dominance of these teams when they are having a good day. But of course, Morno, good days don't happen all the time. Every series has to be taken from anew, and who knows how this is going to go. But for now, would you like to introduce the teams for us?
Absolutely. For the WIT Vikings, we have Decomp, Kevster, and Solo, the big un. And then UCD Leviathans have HC, Jeremy, and Jo. Now, one of these teams has to lose tonight.
Who is it going to be? Waterford straight away with the upper end, but Jeremy able to collect, but no, Deepcomp actually gets there first. And oh my god, I don't know what happened there to Jeremy. Unlucky not to get this Deepcomp, just quicker in the air. Straight away, this series already looking quick. And that's exactly what you want to see. And if you're Waterford right now, you must be ecstatic because that is just the start you want.
5 seconds in, with arguably the biggest matchup of the season so far, and it's 1-0 to WIT Vikings.
And Kester looking to hit it off the backboard, make it 2, but HC now. Jo looking to get back into the middle over to Kester. He has a shot, he finds the gap, and he gets it. And Waterford right now, we said these teams may be even, but what if they're not? What if Waterford were just waiting for this moment? Bit of miscommunication there by the Leviathans. That has to be shaking the nerves right now. But we know what this UCD is capable of. We think that they should have the composure not to come back. But the kickoffs from Waterford, they've won 3 out of 3 so far. And Kevster straight away by HC able to collect now. Kevster out of boost. Jo off the wall. Decom starts meeting. A demo coming through, leaves the net open. Oh, Kevster there. It was a risky move going for that demo and then boost. But Solo able to collect HC off the wall now. Kevster lets it bounce over him. Bit of miscommunication here. Oh, Jo now goes for the long range shot. Decomp well able to connect. And my word, the demos now coming out of this Waterford team. It's not something we've seen today so far, but demos might be the way forward. Jo with a big boomer forward. Decomp should be able to collect. He misses it. Jo, he doesn't go for the shot. He was maybe expecting a teammate there. HC now, he's maybe going for a double tap. Kevster, he misses the ball. So does HC. And now Jeremy hits it off post, miss, double tap. Jo goes in top corner, he just about misses. And now Decom sitting it forward, but HC again, all of a sudden now, Waterford on the receiving end of a lot of pressure, but they're able to just get a little reset here. But Jeremy has other ideas. No, he misses the ball with no boost. Jo hits it up, Solo now able to collect it. Jo, he's going to hit it straight back into the box, unable to find anyone. Kevster are able to clear it now, and it looks like Waterford might start their own attack of their own, but no, Jeremy, he's able to take it out over to Jo, not enough pace on the ball. And Jeremy now goes to a crossfield ball. Waterford lets it go by, but HC now another ball back in, and Waterford now under a lot of pressure, but there's still 2 goals up in this series. Solo finally clears it out, and I think they can take a breath, as can I.
Big demo there on Decomp by Jeremy as well. The pressure, and with UCD getting the chances that they have still being 2-0 down is just, you'd think it would have been unheard of at the beginning of this series, but now 2-0 down and a shot.
Great save.
What a save. A very important save as well. Still remains 2-0 with 2 minutes 40 seconds left. You have to be kicking yourself for your UCD for missing those chances. And another big block there as well.
Oh, HC last man back, he actually gets it up here. Can Jeremy get anything? He can't. Decoms up very quickly now. Solo looking to maybe hit it forward. Can't find a teammate, decides to go himself. Knocks it straight down to Kevster. Decoms up in the air, no defenders, and he just knocks it in off the backboard. Great play there. I don't think any UCD defenders were in position to deal with this. Jo was the last man back there, unable to react to the speed of Decomp, and Waterford right now taking a commanding 3-0 lead in this first game of the series.
There's been 2 gigantic double commits that we've seen so far, Ejam, and they've both led to goals that right now, and in general this season entirely, UCD cannot afford to be conceding.
But HC now looking to maybe change that. There's a double commit, but HC hits it the wrong way. Jo, we know what this man is capable of. Where is the player that we saw? He's actually going for bumps in net. It almost works. Jeremy just hits it a bit too high. Now Solo out of boost. What can he do here? He can just about collect it, but working with 12 boost to try clear this. Instead leaves it to Kevster. And now Jo hits it off the wall. Solo should be able to collect this. He does. Booms it upfield. HC able to intercept. Knocks it down off to Jeremy now. But Decomp, or Kevster, very quick off the wall. Decomp. Ooh. Crucial touch there, keeping it away from Decomp, and HC able to clear it now. Bit of a double commit there, doesn't matter. Jo low and boost, picks up the 100. Jeremy trying to get it in, second time of asking, doesn't work. Solo able to hit it out himself. Bump there, able to knock Jeremy out of position a bit, but HC in a good position to intercept. It's going to be Kevster's fall up the wall here. Hits it straight to Jo. Jo off the ceiling, we know what that can do.
That's
doesn't exactly
unlucky.
find the net, but yeah, when those balls come off the ceiling, how many times have we seen them bounce down and straight into the goal?
The good right into the middle there as well. I thought that was going to be followed up on, but these the pressure and the pace that we've been seeing in this one is exactly what we've expected it to be. But the score line is not. Nobody
Yeah.
would have expected the score line to be going this way.
It feels like it really should be just 1-0 right now because UCD had such a shaky start, but of course we cannot criticise Waterford for taking advantage of that. They were quick into this game. UCD still looking to maybe find their feet, but 5 games is a long series. You just need to really try to tie the series up 1-0 because if you go 2-0 down in the series, you know that you all of a sudden have to win the next 3 games.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is as well. And now UCD, you think, hopefully, oh, that's a good block there by Solo.
Jo with the shot, HC knocks it up again, unlucky, and you think it's all but over. 8 seconds to score 3, unlikely to happen. Jo just trying to cut your losses here, just take the 3-0 loss, mental reset, get into the next game, but a very commanding and dominant victory from Waterford in this first game.
This has been not how we've expected it to go, but we've been hyping this one up, and we haven't been disappointed at all. The scoreline does not tell the full story of how that first game went. By the pace, the sheer pace, and the efforts that were coming in by both sides, really, was just the passing play and the pace that they were making these plays at was incredible. But now that's only the one game in the series as well. But when you're UCD, you have to try and shake yourself off here and think, well, okay, that's it. That was a bad one. It happens. Let's get on with the next one. But do you think this UCD team is going to be able to do that?
You know what? I'd say so. We've seen them bounce back from worse, but right now, as we're just loading into game 2, what do you think UCD need to do here?
See, the difference between UCD and WIT here is that WIT have been defending a lot more solidly. Now, UCD mind you, they played a lot more solid in the second half of that first game, but it was 2 huge double commits that led to them conceding those last 2 goals. And you say that, it doesn't sounds like that bad, but 2 goals when you're held as high as esteem as the UCD Leviathans A team is, conceding 2 goals is enough. But then also, Jarmy not even letting me finish by getting back into it. 1-0 already for the UCD Leviathans this one. The goals have been coming quick and early in these games, and this is exactly what UCD needs now. They need this momentum to keep them going. They need to keep their foot on the gas and not allow WIT to breathe here. But we've shown that WIT have been playing very well at the high pace and under pressure that UCD kept them under during the second half of the first game of the series.
Sure if this is just my imagination working itself here, but I believe Solo actually switched to the Fennec in this second game. He was rocking the Octane in the first. Bit of a car change here. Maybe he wasn't happy with how he was feeling with the first one, but that's something I find very interesting when players switch car mid-series, especially when you're winning and especially after one game. Of course, he does look like he has that unfortunate red triangle to show that he is lagging. Of course, these events are at the moment online, you know, these players' Wi-Fi's, they're very reliant on them. It's not a wired LAN event, so hopefully his issues will resolve. We hope that doesn't upset his game in any way. But for now, you know, Waterford, they haven't really been looking themselves in the first game.
Yeah, they haven't been, but then again, I don't think UCD were looking themselves in the previous game. So this is a real back and forth in this one at the minute. By the way, that it's been going, oh god, it's been going, I can't even collect myself because it's just not how I expected that it would be going. I did not expect WIT to take 3-0 in the first one. And now UCD are going, it's back and forth again, but with a 1-0 lead. It's the exact kind of lead that UCD need. But then Solo making another save there as well.
Ooh, yeah, this is certainly very interesting, really. Of course, we don't expect UCD to be winning this. But just in case there's any confusion for you listening at home, what we're saying is these 2 teams should be a lot more evenly matched than a trio victory. You know, I was honestly expecting a lot of overtime games, a lot of games where the game will just be won by one goal. Because it's these games where these players will capitalize on your mistakes. Like you were saying, Morno, in that first game, the double commits. But now Jo and Jeremy, there's a double commit. They were lucky they had the demo on Solo there. Otherwise, they could have been left open. But Solo going for a play by himself here. HC able to collapse, and Decom goes for the top left, unable to collect. And Jo here against Kev. Kev gets there first, but if you're looking at the position of these UCD players, there always seems to be two back now. You know, they've changed their rotations a bit. They have that goal lead. They're trying to hold on to it. And I think against a team like this, you want to hold on to that one goal lead. But Kev has other ideas. What a save from Jo, only for HC to knock it straight back into his own net. But look at this save from Jo here to stop it, getting into that corner. And HC, he knew that Solo was going to tap it in if he didn't get the touch there. Oh, so unlucky. But it's not the end of the world. It is 1-0. But right now, you will be feeling a slight bit of tilt if you're HC.
It's one of those moments where you have to make a play. Because if you don't make a play, they're going to score. And sometimes the only way to play is facing your own net. And it's really unfortunate as well, because he's been playing very well, and he's solid in the defense as well. And sometimes you just make those mistakes, and sometimes it leads to something like that. But now, this game is far from over. This game, let alone the series, is far from over. The ball came down off the roof there? Did it?
I don't know, to be honest, but Kevster actually got a very good bump on the keeper, which set up the whole right side of the ball goal perfectly. Kevster here hitting it up again. HC's there to collect, but now Waterford with their own pressure, that almost snuck in, but Jo now able to clear the ball, and Kevster, no boost, he's trying to get back, but looks like, yeah, good communication there. Solo collects it. Decom tries to pass it inwards, great interception by Jeremy, gets the demo. Decom through the smoke, sees the goal, and now Jo hits it back in. Solo able to collect and hitting it off Jo, and you know what? That's a good clearance.
Gave it to Jo, made him clear the ball out of the opposing half, and now 35 seconds, and it's still 1-1. And save from Kevster.
Yeah, it's these small little touches, the speed that these players are hitting the ball. If you just get any sort of, you know, any tap on the ball, because the ball is carrying so much momentum already, you'd actually be surprised how fast that the ball is traveling at you. And you know, these players are always trying to read the ball, so that tiniest little angle change with a touch can really mess them up. But oh, bit of a miscommunication there. Jeremy able to collect, but now all of a sudden Solo, two players on the line. Deepcop, he's trying to get it in. Oh, Solo unable to find the bump. It's still alive, but it kills the ball there. If that bump landed true, that could have been disastrous for UCD. But UCD now, they have to be thinking, if they don't win this game, they're going to have to come down from 2-0 in the series, and no team wants to find themselves in that position.
Really is no time to breathe as well. The overtime goes straight into another kickoff, and they were raring to go at it again. It's almost like nothing's changed. The same amount of pace, the same amount of pressure that we're seeing as well. It's almost lining up his own shot and his own goal there. But now, there's just going to be that pace, but there's just the knowing, the gnawing thought in the back of the player's mind that whichever goal here can change the story of this series very quickly. Put WIT 2-0 ahead in game wins, or level it out for UCD.
And that's a slightly open net. Jo should be able to collect. But you know, this is probably going to be the caster's curse, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was a long overtime, because the teams this game are looking very even. But now the pass down to Jeremy, unable to get it in time. HC, he decides not to follow up with it. Solo able to clear back to Jo now on the halfway line. And you know, I am holding my breath right now. I can only imagine what these players are feeling. The longer this goes into overtime, the scarier it gets.
Nobody wants to go in. Like losing overtime in 30 seconds is nowhere near as bad as losing it in 13 minutes. You know what I mean? You always feel like the prize and the pride goes up more and more as it goes on. But these teams are doing incredibly well to keep the counter-attacking pressure on. Even the clearances that they're making out of their own halves are on target. So they're forcing the defenders to make plays and try and clear the ball out really early on. And it's those little things like that that are going to keep each other on their toes.
JO's actually been going for a few demos recently. Same with Decomp, and you know, you're just trying new things at this stage. You know, just it's a lot easier to play the game if they've only 2 and you have 3. But of course, if you miss a demo, that can be absolutely disastrous. Trying to get back with no boost when the other team's counter-attacking. But right now, it seems UCD have the pressure. Bit of a miss from Kevster there. Ooh, Solo with a clutch save. And now JO has to hit this. He does. Decomp up quickly. Up to Kevster. Kevster is going for the shot. HC able to meet it in the air. Solo should be able to collect here. But HC has other ideas. Tries to go for that corner boost. Solo smart to take that away. Decomp needs to be careful where this touch goes. JO might be able to get this here. It goes high in the air. Comes off the roof. Awkward. Solo able to hit it. And Jeremy, I'm sure he held his breath there. Able to clear it in the end. And now Waterford on the attack. And the pressure's building here, but great clear. And right now, you know, we're 3 minutes into overtime. This is why he was saying these teams are so even. Which team's going to crack under the pressure first? Which player is going to make that small mistake? Because the longer this game goes on, the bigger the tilter it's going to be if you lose it.
They're both under such incredible pressure, but like what's really going to separate these teams, big save from JO, is which team turns to diamonds and which turns to dust.
Ooh.
The saves out now.
Yeah, currently 10 shots for UCD, 11 for the Vikings, and you know, the saves. Solo this game alone has 7 saves. Maybe that's why he changed the car. He has been playing a lot more defensive, but 7 saves. That is an unbelievable stat.
Then again, UCD have a combined total 4 saves from JO, 3 from HZ, and 3 from Jeremy. They have been playing so solid in the back and defensively. They've been a defensive unit. They've been a mountain that they make of 3 cars. It's just been incredible to watch right now. Solo's been doing almost as much work as the entirety of the Leviathans alone, but with only Decomp and Kevster having a save each.
Solo definitely putting the team on his back this game, but we know what the other 2 players are capable of doing after that first game. But the one thing you don't want to do, especially at this level, is make one person do all the work. You want to try to spread it out, but now Jeremy against Solo 1v1. He goes for it, he lifts it over, gets the demo, and he gets it into the goal. What a play from Jeremy from his own box. Collects the ball perfectly. Solo tries to defend, but Jeremy takes him out before he has a chance to do it. And that is exactly what UCD needed to make this series 1-1. Solo has got 300 ping. You have to feel bad for him, but unfortunately there's not much that can be done. We might see him maybe take a reset here of the game. Hopefully he's able to contain that. But what a play from Jeremy by the end.
What a play. Going through the goalkeeper as well. And especially it's a shame because Solo has got such high ping here in this situation. There's just, other than restarting the game, there's not a lot you can really do about it. He might just have to grit his teeth and go through it. And we have been informed that Solo has decided to restart this game. We'll be back momentarily. That will just a little more time to talk about what we just watched.
It was a long game anyway, but like that's what I'm expecting. But Solo's score, I mean, 7 saves, 6 shots. You love to see it. You love to see these standout performances. I love the way his title's soloist as well. But Jeremy with the title chip champ, that's exactly what he did. He just chipped it up in the air. The ball, you see, I think that's a high level of skill of what he did, because he didn't hit the ball that hard. What he did was he just lofted the ball, which allowed him to get ahead of the ball, take out the keeper, and win the game in overtime.
Yeah, there was
And
never
that
a
isn't
moment
easy.
where
That's
there was
not
never
easy.
a moment where there was never a moment where the ball wasn't in his possession. It was exactly where he wanted it to be. There was only so much that Solo could do in trying to make a save from that angle, and he just happened to catch him at full speed ahead, and just get demoed in the process. It's just adding insult to injury. But what a game from both teams. UCD have really come out swinging after that first game, where they were frankly embarrassed. And they've removed that embarrassment now by coming in and showing that yes, they are one of the top teams in the tournament at the minute. But WIT have tried to give them no space. It was a low scoring game as well, going into overtime at 1-1. But the amount of defensive plays, the amount of saves that were made, it was just, what do you expect from two fantastic teams going up against each other? We've hyped it up. I was worried that we'd given it the little bit of a caster's curse at the beginning of the first game, but it really has come out to be one of the best performances from both of the teams that we've seen this season so far.
Yeah, it was absolutely a standing performance from both teams. But I just hope now that Solo, you'd hate to think that maybe the ping caused them to miss that ball at the end. Maybe it was Jeremy just completely outplaying him. But right now, we're still waiting for Solo. I hope he's able to reconnect, because if he was lagging that whole game and got the score that he got, you'd wonder what he'd play like if he didn't lag.
Yeah, like whether he gets back in here with
Speak of the devil.
He has reconnected, ladies and gentlemen. If he comes into this game with no lag or nothing to negatively affect him, do you think that WIT are going to start sweating?
No, I feel like everyone has this internet, or everyone has internet. I should say. Everyone has his internet.
Everyone does have internet. That is correct.
But you have to feel for him. It happens to all of us. We've all been there.
You've been in a ranked game where you're trying to play, and it's just not, your internet's just not on your side. But we've gotten off to a lofty start there. Big demo by Decomp, on Decomp even by Jeremy there as well.
Oh! Anytime Jo has the ball after his week 1 and 2 performances, you just don't know what to expect. Yeah. You're waiting for something to happen. It reminds me of that scene from The Incredibles. It's like, what are you waiting for?
Something incredible.
Yes, whatever. Yeah. That's what I'm like when Jo has the ball. If you haven't seen him play in week 1 and 2, folks, he has done some very special plays. He is raw talent.
Hello.
But the demo's now coming through Waterford. They're playing aggressively this game, and Solo, he still has the orange triangle, but it's better than 300.
Yeah, no, Solo and
Jo
as well.
No!
Who's that call?
I don't know what Waterford player hit it. So Jeremy gets the final touch here. Solo hits it out, and was it Decomp?
I think it was Decomp. That's unfortunate as well, because they've been playing so efficiently and effectively as a unit in the defense, and just, it's again one of those situations where you have to make a play, because it could have been in a situation where, you think your teammate's not going to go for it, but if you don't go for it and your teammate doesn't go for it, you both look like idiots, and the ball just rolls in between the two. And both of them decided, they made the call that they were going to try and make a play and make the save, and they just happened to a bit of miscommunication. The ball came off both of them, and it just ended up going back in the direction of their own net.
It's they're so unlucky, but Jo, he's going for that special play.
So lucky.
I think we've cursed him. If we said nothing, he would have put that top corner. But HC now with a shot, unlucky not to collect. Jo hits the post again, 3rd time around. Jeremy finally gets it in. And we've seen UCD run away with games before. Maybe they have that confidence now to start running away with this one.
That's what we'd expect as well. But WIT, you think that little mistake that they had might still be gnawing on them mentally, but UCD, they're good enough of a team to know that they can't allow them to breathe. They need to keep that foot on the gas and keep the pressure going. And this is already, this UCD team have completely turned around. They played very poorly in the first game. they played really well, but they were really lacking in the goals department in the second game. Mind you, they still won that second game, but it was a really low-scoring game. And now it looks like they've completely turned around, and they're the completely opposite of the team that we saw in the first game.
Yeah, that first game they were shaky, conceding 2 goals, and I believe it was the first 35 seconds. And now they're 2-0 up. And Waterford right now, it's a bit, it's a little bit dodgy. But
This anyone's series right now. It could literally go any way from this point on. A big demo. What a save from Jo.
I mean, saves mean so much in series like this, especially when we know what 1 goal can do. The last game was won by 1 goal. You saw how even they were. But Waterford right now, it's not the end of the road. It's 1-1. They still have at least 1 game remaining. As Decomp hits it up, and Solo, maybe he can find his goal scoring form or shooting form that he had in game 1. Jeremy, hey, oh, there's a triple commit.
Triple commit, but to be fair, it looked really cool.
It looked really cool. If that went in, it would have been a perfectly
I'd give it
calculated team
style
goal.
point.
Solo.
Give it some big style points for that.
And now a double commit, and UCD, they're 2-0 up. Or maybe they're feeling a bit overconfident here, but right now they can't be keeping this up more now, because we know what double commits did to them in the first game. Have they forgotten already, or have they just completely grown so much in confidence that they know they can get away with them? Jeremy with a beautiful
Dribble. See, that's the thing with UCD as well, is you can't become blind. It's great to have that confidence, but you can't let that blind you. You need to know where your weaknesses are. And if they go back to the mindset that they have no weaknesses, they're going to start making double and even triple commits. And it's going to get really sloppy in the back on defending the counter attack. With Solo knocking the ball into the middle again, but Jo cutting it out.
Great interception. Decomp solid on the fence as always. Jeremy though, unlucky not to score that.
Was everybody there?
That was a bit of an odd one. I'm not sure where people going for a boost, but it feels like every ball this game is contested by someone. It's like one bounce hit. It just seems to be the nature of this game. Try not to give much time to anyone on the team. But there's a big demo from Jo. Collects it on the wall. Picks up the 100 boost. Everyone's home. He's trying to hit it out. Maybe go for a mad solo play. He decides to just waste time, but right now...
Decomp got decommit.
Oh, you're lucky Jeremy scored there, so I can't call you out now. Awful that attempt of a pun was. But Jeremy finding this fight.
Yourself, alright? I've already made a fool of myself. Back in 3 seconds in this one, and the series seems to have gone the complete opposite direction as it started.
Oh, I suppose decompromise the situation. I think you were trying to say there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, it happens. It was good effort. It's a great effort.
Oh, yeah. By the look of it, Solo's ping seems to be going down a little bit, but
well,
I can't.
Respect from the
300.
UCD players. Yeah, UCD players asking him if he needs another restart. Solo decides he doesn't need it. I think, this is the best he can get today. I think this really upsets Solo as well.
Yeah,
Because when you're in these positions where you're lagging, you're, especially after that second game that he had, 7 shots, or 7 saves, 6 shots. And that was a 300 ping. It really feels like you have to feel for him. Of course, this can happen to anyone. It is the nature of the game. It is unfortunate that is happening to Solo, because I have nothing but praise from Solo. He is an absolutely outstanding player. And the week 1 and 2 performances show that.
Definitely, yeah. And big demo. It's a shame nothing could capitalize on that one. But it looks like there's an open net there. But Solo doing what he's been doing best this series and getting back again to make that save.
Yeah, HC just missed a flick there. I'm not sure was it a fake or not, but Solo anyways picks up the stats, picks up the save stat. Now Kester looking to make something for himself. Decomp's up quickly. But I think Solo's doing the right thing, I think him sitting back and defending, he's now whipping out the Octane actually, so we could be playing a bit more attack minded than before. Decomp doing backflips off the wall, found himself in a bad position there. Double commit, Kevster decides to back out, but the speed of that shot, unlucky not to get into the net. But now Jeremy looking to find the Solo straight away, blocks the flick potential. Jo hits it straight into Decomp. Decomp collects it. This game, it's going a bit slower than the first two, aren't they?
It
First
is.
three, I should say.
Both teams are definitely trying to be more cautious. Because like UCD don't want to lose this lead in the series, but then WIT don't want to make the mistakes and have the series end here. Like I said, these are both some of the most talented teams that we have in-house on the tournament right now, and we're gonna see them adjust to a lot of different. There's gonna be a lot of things to adjust to with like I said with Solo and his ping. They're trying to play around it. They're trying to make sure that he's not left alone on the defense. But despite him doing really, really well on the defense, especially during that overtime game, big save by Jarmy there as well. But the pressure.
Yeah, Solo went for the demo. It just missed Decomp now, looking to hit it in. That was a bit risky from Jo, leaving it that late to hit it. Gets away with it. Now he goes. God, bodies are dropping here.
It's becoming all out brawl now.
Yeah, this is what you want to see. Violent, aggressive Rocket League. It's a nightmare to play against, but it is part of the game. People can complain all they want about demos. Man up, get over it. It's part of the game, and if you can use it well to your advantage, you can cause havoc to the other team.
Like when you can't make an opening in the defense with your passing plays. You make one with your car, and that's what they have been doing as well. But like the retaliation from WIT on the across the goal now.
Decomp so unlucky not to get that. That was a great bump.
Another demolition.
Oh my word, the demos are coming in hard and fast right now. HC out of boost, can't really do anything here. But what? This game is just so aggressive and you love to see it. This was a bit risky from Jeremy.
Side of his own goal and then boosting it away in a centered position as well.
There's another bump.
On him.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, that's dodgy. That's dodgy. Can Jo score? No. Solo there to get back in time. And I am really enjoying this right now. It's an all-out scrap. I don't even think players are going for the ball anymore. I think they're going for each other.
Bumper cars, but oh yeah, there's a ball bouncing around as well.
I think the ball's just being ignored. It's like a game of Heat Seeker, People don't go for crazy redirects playing Heat Seeker. They try to take the keepers out. And if you're one of those people who takes out the keeper instead of going for crazy touches, I've no respect for you. Heat Seeker is a fun, enjoyable game mode, but Jo finds the opening. There was no bumping there. That's the way I like to see this game played. Good, clean positioning, quick to get that, and right now 1 minute 11 seconds for Waterford to find a goal and stay in this series alive. But it's funny how as soon as the demo stopped, there was a goal.
Yeah, it was almost like they were mentally conditioned to like press W and use their boost, or I suppose right trigger on the controller.
Yeah. Oh.
When you're in the position, like they both were charging in, and Decomp has decommissioned UCD, and the game continues.
Oh, why did you ruin a perfect goal with that pun?
There's nothing nobody can do after that. And the games continue, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just going to ignore what you said immediately after this goal, but Decomp, he's going for it again, Jeremy. Decomp, oh my god.
That's what I wanted to say first time.
Oh, it worked that time because that goal means so much to Waterford.
More pressure now. Jo just whiffing it across goal. It's come back across goal again, and no one's followed it up. What is going on?
I have no idea, but this game is blown right over. 20 seconds left. Jo hitting off the wall. Oh, HC misses it.
Here, so much pressure.
Kevster misses the ball. Here comes Jo. He hits it straight in. What a save!
Oh, this madman!
HC double tap, no boost, leaves it. Where's Solo gone? 1 second. HC. Oh, Kevster final touch, but Jo keeps it up in the air. Kevster decides to kill it.
Solo,
Good decision.
Solo, super keeper who will continue this run of being the best goalkeeper in the tournament at the minute, jumping out again in the last 10 seconds.
No!
Oh, just when we're talking about the defensive prowess, call that one the Casters.
Decomp just says close one and instantly leaves the match. What a tilter. Kevster so unlucky not to get that, and what a series that was. UCD taking it 3-1. I absolutely whacked my knee off my desk when that went in. Ow.
There was a moment
My
there
word.
where I had left the ground. I had actually jumped up and down. What a series that we've just been privileged to watch.
That was an absolute banger of a series, if I say so myself. It was outstanding to watch two heavyweights coming in at each other. But what does this mean for the seeding in groups now? UCD, they've arguably taken out one of the bigger teams in the group. I mean, absolutely no offense to the other teams, but just based on current form at the moment, I think that game really could have implications further down the line. You know, UCD in a strong position to potentially finish first in the group. With that win, they go 3-0, and Waterford go 2-1. But Morno, I mean, Solo, he could only do so much with that ping. He was playing outstanding. Oh, series decomp with a massive goal at the end as well. But what are your thoughts after what was a pure entertainment to watch?
What a series. There was no dodging, there was only punches. It was when it turned into an all-out brawl, when they were getting sick of just the back and forth, little dainty passes around, they went straight in for the demos, and it kind of worked for a lot of the time. Like, a lot of the plays, when they couldn't get openings by passing the ball around, they made the openings with the demos as well. Maybe WIT got a little too tunnel visioned with it. There was a big double commit, but Decomp, the solo goal he set up, he refused to give up and let the head drop, and immediately got them back into the game. That was edge of the seat stuff, and I've used that term a lot. This edge of the seat stuff.
I'm on the edge of the seat holding my knee right now.
I don't think I used the backrest of my chair once in that when that series really got going. There was just so much. The pace, the pressure, the defense was solid, but the offensive dribbles were beautiful to watch.
Terrible puns as well, just made it perfect. Decomp.
I got it out in the end.
You got it out in the end. Well, folks, that is all we have tonight from you, from Morno and myself. The schedule, well, there are more games today that will not be streamed, but however, coming up tomorrow, we will have some CSGO for you on Thursday, League of Legends, and on Friday, Rainbow Six Siege. Folks, that was a pleasure to watch. We hope you enjoyed it as well. And until next time, a big thank you to Heltic as always for streaming these games. We cannot do it without him. He is the man behind the scenes and making all of this possible. So please show your love for him as well. I hope our puns haven't killed you tonight. We hope we haven't made you cringe too much. But we hope overall that you enjoyed some good quality Rocket League. Congratulations to the winners, unlucky towards the losers, but each player had put on a show for us today. And Morno, any last words before we go off?
It really is series like this that makes it a privilege to do what we do, and the fact that we get to do it is just it's so much fun. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing us to make you cringe a little bit along the way as well. That was the raw excitement of this series, and Rocket League is just so much fun to watch and to cast.
And you know what, folks? Just a reminder, it is free to play on Epic Games. Of course, you are free to come chat with us in the ICE Discord server. Of course, you're able to message other players there, speak with the teams, and you know what? Hopefully, you could be on the college team next year. This could be you competing next year. But for now, folks, stay safe, have a great night, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again next Tuesday to bring you some more Rocket League. Take care, everyone.
Uh,